It's super easy, like I press the button once, it records a video. I press the button twice for a picture, 3 times for hyperlapse.
360 cameras have come a long way since when I got my hands on one, probably 7 or 8 years ago. And Insta360 is a company leading the way. Hi Max, this is Max Richter. He is the Global Marketing Director at Insta360. And here at IFA, I just have to say, we've seen lots of product launches, but I've never seen a product launch this small.
So actually, for the first time, we actually released a non-360 camera. So that's our first non-360 camera, and it's also the world's smallest stabilized camera that we have here.
I cannot even find it on the table.
Right, here it is.
That's it. Smaller than your thumb.
That's like a thumb-sized camera, basically. Yeah.
Insta360 Go.
Right.
Made for portability, affordability, and dependability. So it's not a 360 camera.
Right, it's not a 360 camera, but it has some features that we adopted from our 360 camera technology. The key is really this fisheye lens that you can see here on the top. And it's basically capturing like everything on a wider scale. Like it's not only limited to like a traditional format or size camera, it's really like capturing everything. And then later on, you can reframe this in the app. You can export it as a 1x1, 9x16 Instagram story. So you're like fully flexible with the format and size. Also, this wide angle lens gives you the ability to have really smooth, stabilized shots. We call it flow state stabilization.
Well, for most cameras this size, the problem is the jarring movement when you're using, because it's so small.
Right.
So with the stabilization within the camera, you can be as active as you want while using it.
Right. So you basically, no matter you turn the camera, the horizon will always stay stable. That's a cool thing. Like if you like, let's say if you go play basketball or you like running in the park, you know, you want to get these smooth shots and you don't have like space for a physical gimbal or like a camera stabilizer or any other hardware. You just like basically attach it to your body and you're ready to go.
How did you do that?
That's this thing here, the accessory.
What is your heart made out of?
Right. I'm not Iron Man, but this is the magnetic pendant, and this basically enables you like to put it under your shirt and magnetically attach it to your body. This is just one of various accessories we have. You can also see here like there's a car mount or like a suction cup. We got a snapback, a cap accessory where you can basically like wear it on your everyday situations.
This is really speaking to the consumer who wants to capture footage on the go and in the moment. And it's sort of ironic to be doing this interview right now with this camera when it took us about half an hour to set up our cameras, because you got to get the tripod, you got to get the cameras in place, you got to get them mounted, get the batteries in place, get the microphones on. It takes a half an hour to set up for this beautiful shot, which we do appreciate. Thank you very much to the crew. But with this camera, if something happens right now, we can capture it in the moment.
It's super easy, like I press the button once, it records a video. I press the button twice for a picture, 3 times for hyperlapse. And then when you finish the shooting, all you have to do is like put it back into the stocking, into your charging station.
Oh, just like that?
Magnetically, super smooth. You can use it for recharging, but you can also use it with this lightning port to attach it to your phone and then get the footage on your phone, do the editing there, and basically have it always ready when you need it. You see, I put this in my pocket like I use my AirPods, so it's super easy to like
super
everywhere.
easy. Just take it and go. Right. Super easy. You can't even see it. What's fabulous about this product is that it's so much in line design-wise with all the other portable products on the market, like the earbuds and the fitness trackers and the smartwatches. All the wearables out there right now have their own charging pad. They're about this small, and now your camera can be this tiny as well. But for a company called Insta360, it is everywhere. Why was this direction to go into a non-360 route?
We started with 360 cameras, that's correct, and with virtual reality devices, but our mission is really like to bring this technology and to bring advanced imaging technologies to like a broader range, a wide range of creators. So a lot of the technology you find inside that was actually developed with 360 cameras, like the stabilization, like our mobile editing app. There's a lot of things that we adopted from our professional and our consumer 360 camera line.
And just to clarify, the fisheye lens is not a full 180 either, but it is wider than
It is a wider length. It's not full 180, but it's a wider field of view.
But let's talk about that for a sec, because I remember my first VR camera. It was a 360 all around. It looks like a saucer of sorts. It's this big, had 8 cameras, and I remember carrying that thing around thinking, why am I using this? I just recently sold it this year. But in the beginning, the consumers wanted that. They wanted a hefty VR 360 camera to capture all the angles. And we quickly realized that what's going on over there really isn't as interesting as what your human eyes can see in front of you.
Exactly.
So then we kind of narrow the view to 180, and now we're narrowing it just a little bit more.
Right.
Do you see that as a trend for consumer cameras?
I think, you know, there's definitely like a trend for traditional format, and there's a trend for 360 camera format. But I think in the end it all comes down how easy it is to edit this footage or what you do with the footage. I think it all comes down to the workflow. So also with this camera, actually, we put in a new AI algorithm, so you don't need to worry anymore like how you put these footage together and how much footage you have. You basically all transfer to your phone, and the AI will develop what are the best shots from your day, and then it will automatically auto-edit them together, kind of. Yeah.
And that's one of the other pain points we've seen with consumers with 360 cameras. One is the stitching, so some of it you have to manually stitch in post.
Right.
Or 2, it's the color grading and editing in post. So then a lot of people just end up with footage that's just sitting on their computer.
Exactly. So workflow is really key. You know, not only for our consumer cameras, also our professional cameras, like workflow is the key. Like we work with Adobe, we work with Final Cut, with all these post-production softwares. Like from production to post-production, the workflow gotta be smooth.
We were stalking Insta360 before coming to IFA because we were all fans, right? Everyone's a fan here. And we read some reviews online that were basically commenting about the memory, the space on the camera, and also the battery life.
Right.
I mean, obviously physically it's so small that you can't really store as much. So what do you think about those comments?
I think you really gotta think about what this camera or who this camera is designed for, and you know, it's for persons like who want to share their life on social media. It's really like for IG stories, for Instagram stories, for Snapchat users. You know, with Instagram stories and Snapchat, there's a limitation of like 15 seconds per video that you upload. And on social, you don't need these like 3, 4, 5 minute clips. You just want to share quick daily moments, epic moments, engaging content. And that's what this camera is designed for. You have it with you, it will automatically turn on when there's a cool scene, and then you take the shot, you put it into your app, the AI editing will pick out the best scenes, and then you share it on social. So it's like, there's a limitation in terms of battery and you know, shooting wise. However, we think it's perfectly fitting to that type of user who wants to share on social media, who wants to get these certain shots from the daily life in a more immersive way.
So what is the battery life?
Battery life is around 40 minutes, but you can recharge it anytime. You know, you got this case with you, so once it's off, you put it back and you recharge it. So you can recharge it twice. We also get a USB port here, so you can put in your external power bank. That's also an option. So there's ways that you can extend the battery life.
And memory?
Memory is around 8 gig, but we don't really think about 8 or gigabyte or memory size. We think more about it's like 200 clips per day, what you can shoot.
200 clips.
Right.
That's a lot.
So it's enough, you know, if you think about your daily life, if you're commuting in a train, if you're like in a metro, if you're on the bus, if you go running in the park, like there's these situations where you want to do a quick content sharing with your friends, and it's what this camera is perfect for.
I read one really funny comment online. Someone was commenting and complaining about the storage space, and someone online said, well, if you have 200 moments in your life in one day that is so interesting for you to capture, then you must live a really interesting life, because most of us would not have those 200 chances to capture something every day.
Right. That's basically it.
And price point for this, Matt?
Price point is $200 US. It's available now on Insta360.com. We got a lot of good feedback from the camera, so shipping times take a little bit longer right now, but in around 2 or 3 weeks we are back in stock and also available with select retailers worldwide.
Do you have anything available right now here at IFA?
Right, we got the Insta360 One X, our flagship action camera, 5.7K 360 action camera.
Okay.
#1 action camera on the market. It's available right now. Also feel free to check that out here at our booth at IFA.
Wonderful. And if people were placing an order on this today, can they get it by Christmas?
Definitely.
Okay.
I will guarantee that.
That's all that matters. So everyone, my address is San Francisco. Just send it to UA. This is a fabulous camera. Again, our crew, we're huge fans of Insta360, so we can't wait to test it out. Anything else that we should know about this camera?
Right, I think, yeah, this camera, like I said, is perfectly like for everybody who wants to share their daily life in a more immersive way and in a very easy way. You know, it also gives you angles that your smartphone cannot give you. Like we have this whole range of accessories. There's so many different ways you can capture content with this camera, and the size just makes it so easy.
It really does. I was just looking at it. I have a little Fitbit, and it's probably the same size.
It's the same, right?
It's about the same. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Max.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.